little Muslim nation.
In this story, we will learn not to open the door to strangers, not to trust everything we see on a computer or phone.
In a faraway forest, under a tall, ancient oak tree, there was a small, beautiful house. This house was home to Mama Squirrel and her 3 little squirrel children. Mama Squirrel took great care of her little ones, feeding them and protecting them from the wild animals that roamed around their home in the forest. Winter was approaching, and Mama Squirrel needed to start storing food for her family. She went out daily to gather nuts and fruits from the forest. Before she left the house, she always told her little squirrels,
"Don't open the door for any strangers, and be kind to each other."
One cold day, Mama Squirrel left the house, repeating her advice to her little ones. She prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Ya Rabb, I entrust my children to you.
Now a cunning fox had been watching the squirrel's house for some time, waiting for a chance. As soon as Mama Squirrel left, he hurried to the door to knock.
No, no, no. If I tell them I'm the fox, they won't open the door. I need to disguise myself first.
The little squirrels heard the knock, and one of them asked,
"Who's at the door?"
The fox had returned, disguised as an old grandmother.
Open the door, my dear. It's your grandma. I've come to visit and check on you.
The little squirrels were puzzled by the voice of the grandmother. It sounded different. The oldest squirrel said,
"Our grandma's voice is soft, and your voice is rough."
No, I caught a cold a few days ago, and my voice changed. Open up, my dear ones. Don't leave me outside in this cold weather. I'll get sick again.
What? So? But we think you're the fox. If you're our grandma, what's our mama's name then?
My dear ones, I'm a very an old squirrel, and my memory is failing me. I can't remember names.
No, you're the fox. Go away. We won't open the door for you.
Ha! You escaped me this time, but I'll be back. And you won't get away.
The 3 little squirrels were frightened by the fox's confession and threat. They awaited his return with a new trick. The fox did not wait long. The next day, he came back, disguised as a plumber. The little squirrels heard the knock and said,
"Who's at the door?"
Assalamu alaikum. I'm your uncle, the plumber. Your mom sent me to fix the bathroom pipes. She said she noticed a leak this morning.
"I just used the bathroom and didn't see anything wrong. And Mama says, don't open the door for any strangers."
I'm not a stranger, my little ones. I'm your uncle, the plumber, and your mom herself sent me. Open up! I have a lot of work to do and need to fix your pipes quickly.
No, you're the fox. Go away. We won't open the door for you.
But the angry fox did not give up. The next day, he returned, disguised as a doctor. The little squirrels heard the knock and asked,
Who's at the door?
Assalamu alaikum. Open up. I'm the doctor. We are conducting a vaccination campaign for all the little ones in the forest.
The little squirrels hesitated and were unsure what to do. The cunning fox continued to persuade them.
I'm a kind doctor. I only vaccinate those who have a fever. Let me just check your temperature, and if you're fine, I'll leave.
"You've been talking too much to convince us. Now we recognize your voice."
You're the fox. Go away. We won't open the door for you.
The fox left angrily.
If I had kept quiet, they would have opened the door. But I won't leave them alone. I'll think of an even trickier plan.
The 3 little squirrels were happy they outsmarted the fox again. They thanked Allah for keeping them safe. But the fox was wandering through the forest, thinking of a cunning plan that the little squirrels would never expect. The fox went to his house, opened his computer, and started writing an article and preparing a picture to post a news story online. The next day, everything was ready. A fake news story and a fake picture warning the animals that the big river crossing the forest had overflowed and would soon knock down trees and destroy the squirrel's house. The fox sent the fake news to the eldest squirrel, who read it and started shouting.
We have to leave. The river is flooding and will destroy our little house. The article says the only safe place is the far hill.
But we didn't get our mom's permission.
Didn't you hear the news? We have to leave immediately. If we want to survive the river flood.
The little squirrels grabbed what they could and said,
Bismillahi tawakkalna ala Allah. In the name of Allah, we trust in Allah.
and they left the house, scared and in a hurry. They went deep into the forest, heading towards the far hill. The fox awaited them from the hill, confident his plan had succeeded. As the three little squirrels were running, they suddenly heard a voice speaking to them from above. They looked up, surprised. There was a beautiful red bird greeting them.
Assalamu alaikum, little ones. Why are you running and what are you afraid of?
The squirrels told the bird their story, and the bird seemed concerned as he replied,
Subhanallah. I just flew over the river and it was completely calm. I think the news you read is fake. You must be careful and verify the source of the news so that no wild animal can trick you.
The little squirrels were very surprised and thanked the bird for alerting them. While the fox was still waiting for them on the far hill, his plan failed and the squirrels hurried back to their house.
I need to check the news on the computer and verify its source.
The squirrel opened the computer, and the news was posted on the fox's website. He hadn't noticed that at first. At that moment, Mama Squirrel returned home, and her little ones rushed to tell her what had happened. Mama Squirrel sat her little ones around the dinner table and said,
Well done, my little ones. Never open the door for strangers. And when you went out, you remembered Allah, and He placed a kind bird in your path to warn you of the danger. So praise be to Allah. Know, my little ones, that not everything we see on the computer or phone is real. Some of it is true, and some of it is false.
The little ones praised Allah, then ate and drank while laughing at the fox's disappointment, who gave up on trying to catch them ever again after that day.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and discover more stories on Little Muslim Nation.